We're coming through on YouTube. Maybe, maybe not. But on Twitch. Probably want to open with some errors. Alright, that's fine. I can just refresh that. Alright, Twitch is up and running. YouTube is up and running, and then I probably have to mute this. There we go. Mute it. And music's playing. Alright, welcome to Code Hangouts number 116. Today we're gonna take another round at getting this persistent storage working. And last time I was messing around with two different plugins I was trying to get into the app and set up. And I was stressing over various setups and stuff. Basically we had cloud settings, which was like the next step almost, which would be really nice to have working, but it has some weird conflicts. And then we have the Cordova, which one was the other one? Not the plugin file, the native storage maybe? I think it might, which one was it? Did I already push that? Date config, August. I'm not seeing that. Which one was it? We were trying to get this test code running, right? With native storage. But what I'm not seeing is native storage being added here. So we already had it, we just never used it. Okay, that's weird. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove cloud settings for now. So to do, we're gonna remove, what do we call it? Cordova plugin cloud settings. Improve native storage tests. And then we want to build Android and Windows test. And that's kind of the first step, because if we can get this working, that could be the next update for Android, and then we can test it on iOS, and then we can move on, and then we can investigate things like cloud storage and so on and so forth. So I guess the first step will be to remove cloud storage again. I mean, I've done it a couple of times. Cloud settings it was, right? So let's just remove it. Let's just hope we remember what it was, or we'll just look for it again. No big deal. So it should disappear from here. One problem I've experienced, and it's been driving me crazy all week, is that it doesn't just properly remove things. And that was very problematic, and that's where a lot of the conflicts came from. In fact, Cordova plugin file is probably, should also now be removed. Because that was a dependency of cloud settings, and I just manually added that. Is that down there? Too small. Bring that up just a little bit. Because this is not completely full screen streaming. Alright, let's see if the chat went through. Went through on Twitch. Looks like it went through on YouTube. Alright, and as usual, just let me know if there's anything not quite right. All right. Here we go. So that should now have removed that. Now let's see. No. No Windows. Do not restart in the middle of my stream. Are you crazy? All right. So let's see under plugins. Excuse me. My news is my stream allergies are kicking in. So we have the native storage plugin here. We have. There's Cordova plugin file. So that's the one we just removed. So why does it not remove itself? Cordova plugin file from package.json. All right, so let's have a look. Cordova plugin not removed. I'm guessing I just have to run prepare. So Cordova plugin list. I mean, we just removed it. We literally just wrote those words, and it doesn't show up in the list. All right. All right. Now if we do Cordova prepare Android, does that update this file? Maybe. All right, so it doesn't look like it's doing this because it has dependent plugins. ES Promise plugin. Do we need the ES Promise plugin? I'm not certain we do. And I don't know what that is a dependency of. Does it tell us? Dependency of, is that here as a nested thing? I'd like to remove it. I'd like to remove it, move it. I'd like to remove all the things if possible. Everything causes some kind of problem, so. Doesn't say. I don't see immediately from this kind of search result what this is a dependent of. So let's remove it and see what happens and see if anybody complains. So let's do the same thing. Cordova plugin remove ES6 Promise plugin. Like the web view component on Cordova supported platforms lack. Does it though? Not sure if that's true anymore. Because I have actually async code, and I'm pretty sure that doesn't sort out async await. So this is probably 8 years out of date. All right, let's just see what happens when we do this. Plug X social sharing. All right, so that one I think we're using. Except this might also have an update today and no longer require it, or maybe it needs to be replaced with a different one. But that is not what I want to work on today, though. But let's see if there's any updates. Any issue reports, under app crash return for email, Facebook, device error share with Twitter and Facebook, permission. All right, so so the list is empty. Trying to remove an item from an empty list causes the app to crash. All right, so what else here? Because the version I have here, iOS, oh, sorry, X social sharing 604, and the latest version in releases is probably 604, Android 12 fix. And it still has that dependency. Let's see if we can find a mention of it in here. So where's that mention? So anything about this? Okay. Is it possible to remove the dependency? I think promise polyfilling is not needed anymore. Right, yes. So probably to do that, we'd have to change something in here. I mean, it's kind of how it's supposed to be that they mention these kind of dependencies, but it also causes these kind of issues. The dependencies aren't up to date, especially if they're these kind of platform dependencies. Ciao. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Where is this dependency declared? Cordova plugins, intermediary assets. How does it declare this dependency? It's not mentioned in here. Okay, what if I search in here? Ah, it is mentioned in here. So if I just change the here, right, and then do this. All right. And now I think it should be gone. Okay. We'll do prepare Android again. Thing is, I don't think it's even removed the other thing from in here. Like, it doesn't update this, for example, right? Cordova, not updated. Cordova plugin file. Well, both of these are no longer required, so if I remove them from here, and from here, and from here, and from no, here we seem to be all right. All right, and then I think we might as well look around in the folder itself. Okay, so here these are all gone. All right. Now, last time this build failed. Let's see if we can get a build up running. I have my test device plugged in. Ironically, it's not very good for testing because it's just so bloody slow. Oops. It's my old Nexus 6. Not exactly cutting edge. So if I need to actually run lots of Android builds, I'm actually going to plug in my primary phone, which is only like 4 years old now. Practically brand new by my standards. Alright, let's see if that works, because this build failed, and I don't know why. Oh yes, I also update Android Studio, so probably my Gradle install is broken. Because why not, right? Why not break something when you're updating it? Oh, maybe? Maybe I spoke too soon? Probably not. And we're seeing red. Why did it break? With exit code 1. Deprecated Gradle features were used in this build, making it incompatible with Gradle 8.0. I think it updated the Gradle version. How do I find out which deprecated Gradle? Oh, Jesus, this whole mess again. And I've been through this and I don't recall what happened last time. Did I downgrade my Gradle version again? Change the distribution to the release that is needed or higher. We're using yada yada yada. All right, making comfortable with Gradle. Is this redirected to the Android version? No idea as of no. 10 points to Gradle, which is of now isn't possible to download. Points to Gradle. Wait, I've redirected Android. So is it because I updated Cordova? All right, let's close these for a sec here. Let's free up some tabbing space. So we are currently on Cordova Android 12, and Cordova itself, we are on, let's actually check, Cordova V. So under Windows, we are under version 12. And under Linux, we are under version 12.0 as well. Okay. So Cordova 12, which now isn't possible to integrate, Gradle solves the problem. So Cordova 12 Gradle version. And I feel like I've been through all this before. Okay, Android 13, yada yada yada, yep. And Gradle. Gradle project fallen, we're bumped 7.6. So why cannot not go to 8.0? Cordova 12, Gradle 8.0. Okay. All right. Cordova Android Drive, you'll find the documentation to Android SDK tools which expects Java 11. However, Java 8 was compatible if you have your system configured to use legacy packages. The Android build can be run on Java JDK 8 or 11. Android is supported. Yep. Okay. No. Match with platform version. Use Cordova Platform LS to list platform versions. Cordova Platform LS. And this is under Linux, and this is under Windows. Cordova Platform LS. And available platform is nothing. All right. So, fine, yeah, okay. If it becomes, okay. Now, I don't actually know if I could do a build on a Linux. npm run build android debug. It didn't used to work. It used to work at some point. Then it didn't work. Maybe it works now. Who knows? Okay. Major version, yada yada. Okay, if you want to learn on Google Play, Cordova Android 11 is required. All right, I have Google Android 12. Did your build failed? Maybe I have to add the Android version under Windows. Okay, what is the problem here? Platforms, SudokuPad platforms, Android Gradle. So the Gradle here is running under our version here. Command line interface, yada yada yada. Why is it 751? Now I remember messing around in the file somewhere to configure the Gradle versions to be correct. Let's have a quick comparison to what it says on the Windows side. Oh, no, I just lost my end of scroll here. All right, so what does it say here? Okay, so here, deprecated, yeah, fine. It doesn't say anything about versions, which is a bit annoying. Build failed with an exception. Cordova Gradle line 75. Process debug resources failed. Merge debug debug resources with 3 failures. All right, that is not good. Let's run Android Studio for a sec. In theory, I should be able to load this project into Android Studio and build it there as well. And once again, this is something that a long time ago I managed, but in more recent years, it's been a while. Jesus. How could that possibly be the behavior I expect? All right. So it should be able to do an open here and go to platforms, Android. And what is it looking for? What's a project file? Okay, just this. Plugin version has an upgrade available. Okay. I thought I've done this already. In fact, I've been trying to do it and it just wouldn't let me do it. Refresh. Okay. Okay. So run selected steps is grayed out because that totally makes sense. So Android Studio, and this is a thing I've never seen before either. Upgrade project, run selected steps, button grade disabled. Which is of course the kind of searches that Google no longer can do for some reason. It used to be able to for sure, but not anymore. Yeah, so we have the Gradle plugin app. Like if you have a tool with a tool and an upgrade, and then you need an assistant just for upgrading the tool in the plug, like you've failed. You've done something terrible. And I'm saying that as somebody who's done similar things. But my excuse is that I don't know any better. All right, upgrade prerequisites. These steps are required. Okay. All right. Upgrade usages. Read only. Okay. And how do I proceed now? This step is blocked. Cannot find AGP version in build files. Okay. Cannot find AGP version in build files. Can't locate the version specified by the Android Gradle plugin dependency, possibly because the project's build files use features not currently supported by the upgrade assistant. Defines and build source. Read more. Upgrade HTTP. All right, if I do Cordova, just change Android plugin version to fix this issue. Android plugin version, and move to now have to. Is this related to Cordova? Doesn't look like it. Ah, okay. What if I search for this in the root? Excuse me. Here we go. Ah, that's probably why. Okay, so it doesn't know how to handle these kind of references, which is understandable. Okay, so where do I find AGP version? Not the uses of it, where it is set. Like this whole thing, where does this come from? What is it? And again, like, Google, come on. It should be in the title. Excuse me, my nose is going nuts. All right, so is this thing on? All right, this supposedly is settable under config XML under what? Android here. So this looks very much like something I've done in the past and then gone back. So I probably tried to get it running under Gradle 8, and it didn't end happily, I suppose. So if I refresh, if I just Cordova Android prepare. Let's see what it says about the Gradle version. Because I think what happened is I updated Android Studio. It updated the Gradle version. Cordova prepare Android. I think the wrong order of commands here. Okay. So if I just run the Android debug build again, but I have a feeling I need to reinstall the Android plug platform. The problem is I'm also a bit worried that I've manually touched so many scripts in there by now that it could cause other problems. But it could also solve problems. And I do have backups. All right, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna just remove the Android platform and then put it back. Wish me luck. I don't, and I have a backup. So we'll do Cordova platform remove Android. I believe that'll be the order. Which thing, what we want to do, and the specific label. All right. And then Cordova platform add Android. So it definitely removed a bunch of Android related folders here. It also seems to have removed like the JSON files, which I probably should have backed up. We'll see. All right. Let's add. Ay, this is scary stuff. Scary stuff, my friends. Scary stuff. All right. So what is it putting in here? Cordova project for the Android platform. Does it tell me? Okay, it's getting version 12. That's a good step. Which Gradle version is it going to use and or install? The thing is, it might be that I have to install the Gradle version myself, so I don't fully understand. And I don't know if me having the studio open on this project while it's being loaded in is a problem. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Cannot find AGP version in build files. Well, it shouldn't be version 7.4.2 now. Except it might be, because it might not actually automatically install version 8. Well, let's see. To be honest, if it works and if it builds, I don't really care about Android Studio. I just want to get the emulators working again. It's for testing, and I need to reboot the machine for that, so I can't do it during the stream. I still don't know what version of Gradle we have here. All right, build successful. That's a good sign. Can it? And then it fails. What? So wait. So we went from build successful, Cordova build successful failed. So it says successful and then failed. Android build successful and build failed. Yeah, that's super clear. Manually or Jesus. Okay, that's definitely not the problem. All right, so what went wrong? Failed to apply plugin com Android internal application. That doesn't sound like a plugin that should have an error. Requires Java 17. You're currently running Java 11. New JDK is located, yada, 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 JDK 11. Now, this is exactly the sort of thing I was worried about, because I'm pretty sure I've sorted this all out. So it just picks up the wrong references. And that's the problem. Like, why are these things in a million different places? And you have no control over which places. Or, yes, you have control, but so many different controls. So, you are currently using JDK 11. But why? So, change the IDE settings. Changing the Java home. In Gradle properties. Changing org. Okay, so which one am I supposed to change? So, let's see. Under Cordova Java home. I don't know which thing it uses for Java home. Okay. Windows set path. Set n variable. So if I just set Java home to this JDK 20, so set Java home equals 20, and then I'll do the echo, and then I'll do the build. Is it just gonna work? Advanced system settings. So here under advanced, which is so ridiculous. This is not advanced. This is the most freaking basic thing. All right, Java home. Okay, build failed. So what's it complaining about now? Okay, now it's back to complaining about the Gradle version. I have a weird feeling I went through this a while ago and then I reverted everything, and that's why I'm back on slightly older versions. Current version, minimum supported Gradle version is 8. Okay. How to upgrade Gradle? In Cordova. So, because I don't think Gradle is like a global command I'm using here. Or maybe it is. JVM No, because the global command works fine. So I need something that is for Cordova. Android Cordova. Platforms Android Cordova lib. Distribution. Yeah, and I remember doing all of this. Why is this such a pain in the ass? Alright, let's see. Is there something in here about Gradle? So Cordova install. Okay. And how do I make sure it's installed? Inner version is hard-coded in the build Gradle in Cordova Android. To install the platform of the master branch, yada yada yada. Cordova Android. So this is probably hard-coded for the old version. That's exactly what everybody's talking about. All right, so let's look at here. So build Gradle is probably hard-coded for... Well, it doesn't look like it's hard-coded. There's a couple of things that are hard-coded and are kind of wrong. But I don't see it using something specific. It's always looking for this other thing. Where was it? AGP version. Which is configured to be 8.01 here. I remember there was something with a URL, and I had to give it the right URL so it knew how to install it. Yada yada yada. Gradle builder.js. So this is Cordova. Jesus. All right. So Cordova lib. It's not here. Android platforms. Android. Cordova lib. Yeah. There's these files and folders do not exist. So that's an old version. But maybe we can look for Gradle.org, for example, right? So if I find here, Gradle.org. Here we go. Gradle wrapper properties. All right, so Gradle 8 URL. Installation distribution URL. All right. For Gradle 8. And let's just confirm. We are looking for Gradle version 7.6. That seems wrong. AGP. Gradle plugin. AGP. Oh, that's the other thing. The Gradle plugin is different from the Gradle. Ugh. So Cordova install Gradle. Okay. Echo this. Okay. All right. I can do something with this. All right. First of all, let's find this for Gradle, whatever version it wants. What's the version it wants? It wants version 8.0. All right, so let's just find 8.0. 8.0. 8.0. 8.0 all. This one. All right. And then let's just update this one. Right? If I do this and then echo it out. All right. And then how do I get it to reinstall it? Maybe I just let's try prepare. Cordova, prepare Android. Cordova, no, Cordova, no, Cordova, here we go. Do some preparing. Okay. Let's see if it's prepared. I have my doubts. It's downloading it. That's a good start. It's updated this. Ooh, this is exciting. I mean, it might just lead me back to where I was a couple of weeks and or months ago, where I reversed all of this stuff. It would be nice if I could run it on later versions. So hopefully it would solve other problems as well and prevent certain... Spoke too soon. Unsupported glass file major version. Holy shit. Welcome to Gradle 8.2. Build failed with an exception. Could not open static generic class cache for file. Let's just rebuild it. Maybe it's just a cache thing. So it had trouble with... What was it? Platforms Android settings. Gradle. Settings. Gradle. Could not open. What went wrong? And I think we're just going to close all of these so we don't run into problems. I don't think /Gradle W is a thing. /Gradle W is not a command, right? Yeah. And it's probably not a command under Linux either. Gradle W. Yeah. Inside your Android folder. All right. SudokuPad /platform. What? That was weird. All right. Gradle W. Looks like that's an actual command. Okay. So what was it? Gradle W clean. Build failed after Gradle W clean. Come on. You won't let me do a clean. Yeah. Alright. Gradle W clean. Gradle W the same error. Could not open settings file, generic class, cache for settings, yada yada yada. Alright. Let's try this again. Okay. Refresh. Updating, yada yada. Changing version Android plugin effectively upgrades the project. Pre-upgrading steps. Step this block. Cannot find AGP version and build files. It's always the same thing with these things. It's always the same things. Let's try. Let's try it under Linux. Gradle W clean. Come on. Why would a... Oh, because it didn't install it under Linux. I don't know if that distribution is correct for Linux. I don't even know what that file contains, to be honest. Guess we'll find out in a moment. So I cannot open it in Android Studio because it wants to update, but I can't update it because I need to open it in Android Studio. That is the thing that I'm quite familiar with. Build.gradle. All right, let's look at build.gradle. These are all variablified, and that's probably why Android Studio can't make heads or tails of this stuff. Class path isn't even here. Build Gradle, Cordova config, AGP version. So AGP version, is that supposed to be here? AGP version. Cordova AGP version. Let's just open a couple of these. And why is this so crazy busy? Because the Windows virus scanner is going nuts? Oh, Jesus Christ. 1 sec. Let me see if I can shut it down. Of course, I can't shut it down because my computer's too busy running it. And they're gonna shut it down. All right. I don't know why it goes nuts like that. It really, really, really should not. All right, build failed. Recommended version is no usable Android builds tools found. Highest installed version is yeah, okay, that's part of whatever. All right, does that make a difference for our Windows side now? If I just go back here, just run the Android debug build again. And there's some sort of ring around the rosy with version mismatches and whatnot. Like this, I don't know, this seems weird. Major bug underscore exclamation mark. My Java version is 20, change the distribution URL used Gradle to 8.1. Gradle wrapper, change the distribution URL. All zip, yeah, that's what I did. So Gradle, Gradle or Gradle? Gradle or Gradle? I don't know. So, Android Gradle wrapper, Gradle wrapper properties, 8.0.2. Okay. 8.0.1. We won't like that too. I don't know. I also don't know if AGP and Gradle are same thing. Gradle version 8.0.2. I think there's a mismatch between Gradle and AGP. Gradle version, AGP version. Like they're connected somehow, but I have no idea which one, like if the versions should match, if one is ahead of the other, if they're completely independent of each other, if they just happen to be in a similar range. So when you're build Gradle, apply false, should not use dynamic dependencies and version numbers, such as Android Gradle 2+. Using the switch can cause version updates and difficulty resolving version differences. You build a project. So in the Android Studio menu bar, there should be a sync something. Sync project with Gradle files. Okay. Plugin okay, so the Gradle and the plugin versions should more or less match, it appears. So if I put them all to 8.0.2, I should be relatively safe. Of course, it doesn't work. Command file with execute 1. Could not own generic class for settings. Now, the Android SDK should be on version 20 now, right? Sorry, the Java SDK. I love that it says checking, but it doesn't say what the versions are. It would be really helpful if this little report said what the result of the check was. That would be kind of useful. All right. All right, maybe I need to delete the Gradle's cache. I'm gonna have to do this off screen, I guess. Users. Let me switch on the light in the kitchen because there's somebody running around in the dark. That's probably more friendly. So, what does it say? Username, and then what was I looking at a second ago? Here, caches. I'm not familiar with this sort of generic caches folder. It doesn't sound like a Windows thing. Lauren.gradle. That also sounds weird. Anything.gradle. Yeah, there's definitely no such folder. Contacts, cookies, no caches. Dot caches? Is there dot caches? There's a dot cache. No, I'm guessing I have to find something related to Gradle first. Well, there's no gr Gradle. Maybe under app data. Most of all your 8 answers in the last 2 days appear likely to have been entirely or partially written by AI. Oh, that explains why this is just completely wrong. All right, something is still happening, so that's both weird, why is it taking so long, and also good that it hasn't broken yet. But I can't think of anything we've specifically changed, to be honest. JBR, not JRE. That's so weird. First creation version to support it. Well, oh, build successful. Why? I don't know if that's a good thing, because I have no idea why it's worked. Or more accurately, why it's claimed to have worked. Well, let's see. We should have a debug APK here. Okay. This is also a much shorter list all of a sudden. What if I change this to 802? Ooh, maybe I can just run this. I mean, if I got it to 802, maybe I can get it to 811 as well. The nice thing is none of this affects iOS and Steam. Sync succeeded. Okay. Now, oh, I don't think this emulator is gonna run very well. Unless I have a, yeah, doesn't like this one. Java 17 to run. You're currently using Java 11. I'm not. I really am not. How can I change it? Oh, I guess I have to go back to advanced system settings and change this to JDK 20. Okay. That seems to be all right. Let's see. Android Studio using the wrong version of JDK. Sorry, this is another bloody sysops episode. But yeah, that's what I'm spending a lot of the freaking time on, which is very, very annoying. Okay. Project structure. File. Project structure. Gradle version 8.0 SDK location. And if I change JDK location, Android SDK location. Yeah, so this is not the SDK. No, that's the Android SDK. That's fine. Move to Gradle settings. Java home, which is not correct. Let's try this one. Okay. And let's try this again. I don't know if it'll probably have to build it again here. I wish I could just open the emulator with the APK. Unfortunately, I'm debugging something on that's a problem on Android, right? So it's not something I can test in the browser, which makes it so kind of hard and annoying. But while we're here, I should also be able to just deploy this directly to the phone. So if I run npm run adb test debug. Oh, okay. This is getting super laggy here. My poor 8-year-old computer. Is it 8 years? I think it's 8 years. Yikes. Alright. It says success. The phone is struggling. Okay. It doesn't have the right icons, so I'm guessing a bunch of my settings are broken. But it does have the test backup thing. Alright, the emulator probably won't work. So let's see if we can at least connect to the phone. Get this on the screen. Eventually, maybe. There we go. Alright, so now we have this test backup button. And just restore. Error null reference, test backup, test restore. Okay. Now if I do test key 2, oh, test data 2, and then test backup. Did it run test backup? If I say test keys, native storage test key. Okay. If I do test restore, test data 2. Okay, so now if we run this again, it should uninstall this APK, done, reinstall the APK, and then start it up. And now the question is, I have to figure out why the icon is wrong now. The question is, are we going to get... we probably can't just reconnect, that would be too nice. And that probably doesn't work yet either, because it probably hasn't updated yet. Oh, no, it works. Okay. Now, if we go back here, what we got? Puzzle stats. Minimum 9 quadrillion. That min here doesn't look right. Average null. This is a divide by 0. Okay. Puzzle stats. So it sees... So it sees the... no, that's the 12 built-in puzzles. Okay. Now if I say test keys, they're not here. God damn it. So native storage does not survive uninstall and uninstall. Alright, so let's do a test backup times 2. Test keys, we have test key 1 and 2. So now, instead of the full removal, which is what this does, so it does an uninstall, and then it does an install, and then a start. We'll just do the install and the start. The problem is, I don't think I can install like this. Ah, that's annoying. Alright, ciao guys. And this is really, really bad, because that means I might have to test it literally through the Google Play Store. Can I do a ADB test APK update? Can I test an update? It's a downgraded version of app used to reinstall a downgraded version of the app. Okay. So let's have a look at this. So if we're doing this, right? All right. So wait, I don't actually know. Does squiggly work on the Windows? No. All right, never mind. We like to keep things platform neutral where possible. Obviously, we need it for the debug APK. So maybe with this, we can do a r/d, huh? adb-r-d. What does that mean? A guide to debugging. All right, let it through. -r-d. -d. Nope. Thanks, Google. Once again, you're giving me something that doesn't contain the strings that I'm searching for. Why do you think that's useful? To install a downgrade version of the app, use this command. Didn't work for me, so I did a little workaround. Uninstall app, but keep the data using uninstall k. This will uninstall the app, but keeps the data. Okay. Okay. Well, let's try this one first. So we currently have... what did we just do? Did we do this? Failed to install... To reinstall F, first uninstalling. Okay, so it closed the app, I'm guessing. So I'm just gonna bring it up. You know what? I have another one of these. One has my permanent install on it. Yeah. But maybe we can use this one for Android. There we go. So now we can just go through here and don't have to pick it up all the time. Oh, hey there. I don't speak Japanese, I'm afraid. Natashi wa Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. I think that's about the only thing I can put together. Very sorry about that. All right, so if we do test keys, I don't think we're actually connected right now. It's lying to us. If we do this, and we get really connected. Yes, all right, test keys. All right, the keys are here. So now the question is, can we run this to command? And, you know, we won't have a guarantee. Oh, wait, is this in the right? Oh, it worked even from Linux. Okay, that's surprising. But unless I tried with like literally a different version of the APK. All right, now the keys are still there. So that's a good sign. The problem is it doesn't tell us if this would have broken or not worked with the standard stuff, because I haven't experienced the problem myself. So it doesn't actually guarantee anything, unfortunately. But that's kind of why we're building this little helper thing, so I can send it to people who have the issue, and we can potentially get real information there. So, yeah, let's open this up quickly just so we have a visual reference what's going on here. Right, so we have these buttons here. Ah, my nose is itching. Don't mean to pick my nose, it's just itching. Okay. So instead of calling it test backup, we'll probably call it ns.backup and ns.restore and ns.remove and ns.keys. And we're just gonna do that for these for this button handler. Right, and I don't think there's any other handlers we have to worry about. Excuse me. And now maybe we can do the same thing for local storage. And potentially we don't even need Yeah, you know what? Let's do a single button actually. So we'll just do test native storage. How about we'll do this, right? And then we'll do here case test native storage. And then we'll just do a like this, test native storage break like that. Then here we'll just do a const test native storage sync. Something like this. And we'll just run the whole thing with a bit of a delay, right? So we'll have, I think we have a sleep function. Yeah. So what we'll do is, we'll just do something like, we'll do something like this. We'll just do something like this. Test. So we'll do test ns dot key1. And we'll do the same thing for the data. Data1. And we'll do an await. Right? And then we'll do a await sleep. Sleep of 250 milliseconds. Right? Then we'll do the same thing with... Ah, and you know what? What we're going to do is we're going to remove them first as well. So we'll do a remove. Test ns key1 like that. And not test, we'll just do a remove, right? So we'll just do a no, that's fine. We'll run it. Nah, because we don't actually want to log this, right? So instead of doing all this, we'll just do test ns remove, and we'll pass in this. Right? And then we'll do the same thing with key 2. And this test ns thing is actually this thing. So let's just do this ns remove. Yeah, we'll just do it natively. Like this. So we'll do ns remove. Ns remove. Then we'll do ns keys. Let rev keys equals ns keys await ns keys like that. I'm just going to output it now quickly, but actually we want to just verify that they don't exist in there. And the keys, when we're testing the keys, what do we get back? So if I press test keys, we get back an area of strength. Okay, so we'll just say if pref keys dot, and it's area dot includes, right? Dot includes, get includes, and we're just gonna do let key 1 equals this, key 2 equals that. Key 1. So we just want to set up a clean test environment with nothing in it. Key 1 or refcast key 2 and throw new error. Could not clean prior initial state. Dirty initial state. Right? And we'll do a little try catch here. And then if this works out, we'll do the same thing for local storage. And then here we'll do a what do we do? Logres. What does logres do? Let's do a log error. I'll just do a log. We'll do a log. Error. Error.toString. We'll just do that for now. So that just means we try to remove the two test keys. And if they are still present, we'll output the error. We'll just do this keys initially, then prev keys after. So now we should have these keys not present. Forget the sleep. We're just going to put these in here. Key 1, key 2, and we'll do the same thing for data 1, data 1, data 2, data 1, data 2. So that's data 1, data 2. Right. And now we'll do a next keys instead of previous keys. And then we'll basically have the reverse clause. If not or not error, test keys not added. And then here we'll just log out log result, next keys, args is nothing, and result is X keys. Yeah, and that should do the trick for basically a one-button test for the whole thing. Test native storage, and that button should just sit here. We're gonna build that, put it on the phone, and see what happens, right? All right. So, I might want to build this in a separate window. No, it'll be all right. Build Android debug. Let's just see how quickly it builds now when everything is set up. I don't know exactly how Android Studio reacts. The build seems to work, so it's still just a problem with the. What happened here? Don't know why that suddenly become tiny. Can I? Why is this suddenly so small? What the hell? That was weird. All right, still building. No errors yet. My God, so many bloody windows. Okay, so that's the version running. And if this works, we'll add the same thing for local storage. And then we want to test if this simple overwrite removes it. Now, I think it does not. The annoying thing is for some people, it does seem to. And the problem is if this native storage method fails under the same circumstances as the local storage method fails, right? So just because it works in theory, in theory, the local storage method should also work, right? But it doesn't. So that's the problem. All right, so what did we do? So we did this. We did, no, it's not what we did. So I guess we need to do this again. Now, keeping the data, yeah, that's definitely something I want to test as well. But first we're going to do this, and we might have to do it twice, right? So we'll do it once. So that should be a reinstall, and the -d, we probably should find out what that actually means. So adb arguments. So command list, help menu. So how adb works, shell commands, adb, issue adb commands. Okay, and what do they mean? Okay, but what do the commands mean? Tell me. Here we go. rcount p file. I think we're looking for arguments for install. Install. We'll start instrument broadcast install. Install. Here we go. Reinstall an existing app, keeping its data. D. Allow version code downgrade. Okay. This is a problem. So ADB, I need to simulate. ADB, simulate app update. That's what I really need. I need to figure out a way, which command is the right command that basically makes it do the same thing as an update. Okay, so without the D, basically. You need to upload the ADK to Google. You can install directly to your device with ADB. 15-minute cycle times waiting for Google to publish an update. This makes me very happy. Install the APK of the old version. Use the app to fill the database. Launch the new version. Signed APK that you create when you export the app to Google Play, but the one that is stored in the bin folder, but yada yada yada. All right. So this did the update. I'm gonna run it. The icons are broken, so that's some stuff I need to sort out. And here's our inspector. It did not put us to the home page. It put us in the help page, and I can't get to the home page. Why? Okay, gonna have to restart from scratch. Hopefully that doesn't affect our testing. It doesn't start in the correct page now. What the hell? Really? I'm at a bubble. Equals const. This needs to go here. It builds with such a stupid syntax error. Okay. Sheesh. Equals at 114. Async. Missing initializer in const declaration. Missing initializer. Const equals async function arrow. Oh, because this probably hasn't updated yet. All right, and we gotta build again. God damn it. All right. Well, while that's building, we can also do the local storage version of this. The thing is, well, local storage. What's it gonna do to local storage? We don't know. All right, let's do this without the D. So I think all I needed was the -r. I didn't need to do the whole uninstall thing. Although if I have it installed natively from the App Store, and then I want to go back to my test APK, maybe that's what I need it really for. All right. So clear log, test native storage. So what does it say? Test keys not added. Okay, let's see what happens. So we're running handle test backup. I also want to run a little log in here. So ns keys, test key and test key 2. Previous keys, okay. So the removal worked. So log res and a set item and a next keys. There they are. If next keys. All right. So it's also keeping those. So if I do this, right, and then test key 2, remove that as well. And now clear log and ns keys. Okay. And now if I do test native storage, test keys not added. Okay, but now this shows up here. NS keys is here, and that's this. Okay, So that seems to work. So we might as well go straight to the local storage test and replicate all of this. So we're going to call that test local storage. And I don't need to type that twice. All right, and then we'll just change all of these to ls instead of ns. Like that. All right, so local storage, how do I get the keys? Local storage get keys. I don't think it's too hard, right? All right, so you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna replicate these. We're gonna do something like, we'll do on ls.keys, right? And it doesn't even need to be async here. Or I guess we can do this and it'll just work. But basically, what we're gonna do is this little thing. So we're gonna do local storage.length. My plus plus. Let res equals boom. Res.push. Keys. First.key. And then we'll just, whoops. Earn res. All right, so that should give us the keys in local storage. So we'll just do ls keys. Right. And then we'll have ls keys. You know what? I don't want to run test func here. That just makes things unnecessarily complicated. So this is just native storage set item. Native storage set item. This is key data, right? So we'll just do this. That's the only change. We'll clone that down to here. All right, and then we'll have ls remove, and ls set item. Did I rename everything to ls over here? Yes, I did. I was in the native storage function place where I shouldn't be. All right, so that's the ls stuff, and that's the native stuff. Log res. Ah, yes, okay. So we want ls keys, ls keys, ls keys, ls keys, ls remove, ls set item, yada, yada, yada. Now that means our test ns is now test funcs. And it will include the ls versions as well. So it's not find test ns. It's that. All right. And now we'll just clone the other ones. So we'll have ls set item, the data, and then local storage will be just set item, right? So return value none. Local storage set item, the data. Right, and ls get item, and ls remove is remove item. Right. And then we can just put these in here. Ls get item. So that's just the equivalent API basically for local storage versus native storage. And this should all be kind of fine. In fact, we might be able to run this test on our local browser version here. So if I go here and I run test local storage like that, let's see. It should work on the browser. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Those keys, local, oh, unless I misspell it completely. Local storage. Sheesh. Right. What a mess. What a mess. All right, so should be running on this now. Local storage support undefined. Yeah, we kind of want to filter them out. So we kind of want to we'll just ref keys dot filter key, and then we'll just do a regular expression test ls dot test key. So if I do this for all the ls key calls, that should be it. And you know what? I'm gonna do a little const filter ls keys. And it's just gonna be this little function in here. I'll just put that in here. That in here. And also here. I think that's it. Missing closing bracket after argument. Did I? Oh yeah, this is inside a thingamajig. Okay, test. All right, so we start with these. After removing them, they're not there. After adding them, they're there. All right, and I'm not even going to worry about checking the data for now. I just want to see if there's a difference between the two. All right, time to do another build. I have a sneaking suspicion, though, and this would be kind of bad, that that basically the issue that causes local storage to not work also causes native storage to not work. I don't think I need this one anymore. Yeah, this browser, just so many browser tabs open. Cordova plugin cloud settings. Cordova, yeah, so that's my tabs about cloud settings. Native storage. Plugin native storage. Plugin. Is this all the native storage stuff? All right. So how does native storage function? It can be stored with set and get item and supported frameworks. Okay. All right. So that's the build. That should be the install. And this should be our app. That probably isn't our app. Nope. I think when I watch it, it takes longer to refresh. For some reason. I don't know. Here we go. All right. And we're in. All right. So What are we expecting? So this should just work, right? Previous key is nothing, next key is nothing. And if I run it again, now LS keys will be filled, previous keys will be filled. Okay, we'll do the same thing for native storage. Now the important thing is it leaves the keys behind at the end of the test. So now the question is, so now we have both, right? So if I run local storage, we have test ls, and we run native storage, we have test ns. Okay, so let's just close the app, right? And now we'll do the reinstall without the D and see if they behave the same. I'm gonna guess they behave the same. Because, like I said, for me, the updates didn't generally wipe the data. And what I wish to see is that they don't behave the same. Because if they don't behave the same, the native storage would be an improvement of the other one, right? Now, what I haven't addressed yet is then the storage space, because that might be more limited. But let's see. So if I run test local storage, yeah, you see, the keys just survived, no problem. All right, so that's... so that doesn't actually solve any problems. Okay. Android APK update local storage deleted. One sec. All right. Does local storage get deleted? The data does not get deleted, but if you release an update and if you have changed the version of the data storage, then you have to have a mechanism to copy the data from version 0 to version 1. You can optionally version the application data for your app. This would enable you to create a future version of your app that changes the form. I don't know how this relates to Android. I'm literally searching Android APK. This is not an Android answer, Google. Okay, yeah, this is a good question. Is that me asking the question? No, okay. Well, until I switch to Android Cordova 8, the next update in beta channel erases all the content of local storage. This breaks fully the app for users not having backup. Finally, it is not a Cordova version problem. It is related to a plugin that encrypts the contents of the app. It seems to affect the stored info. Removing this plugin, everything works again. Well, that's not very useful. Okay. It could it be the web view itself being updated by Android? But no, I don't think so. Use web view and use local storage where chances are high that your app currently lose all stored app data. Mostly this is when there's a Cordova app which uses the default this web view. My app currently get review bombed with on-star ratings because of users lose currently all stored data. All right, yes, which has been released with Chrome 79. It's currently run out. Without using another storage method than local storage or web SQL. Yes. No. Yeah, I don't think that's something they're gonna fix. Yeah. So this version now, I basically have to pass it on to somebody else. Now, what I don't know, does this native view support the Windows target? I don't know if my Windows build works at the moment. Yeah, let's find out. Build. Is it Windows? No, Electron. Electron debug. I don't know if that's gonna be some sort of disaster. So, I'm also thinking, like, what else should I look into? The cloud storage thing, yeah, was super painful. I might give it another shot. What exactly does it do differently? Remove the plugin from the current project installation. When to use simple uniform configuration of storing, organizing, accessing data fast. Less than one must save retrieve an object. Persistent save data or multiple session. I hold the data till the application is removed from the device. Small data storage. User plugin. Error code simple identity makes it unable to perform the write to the disk. More oversized limits. See, really on static limit size. Because all devices are different. The free space in all devices are also different. Oh, that could be a problem. Data exceed. It throws a memory exception when shared preferences data exceeds 1.42 megabytes. If you have more than 1.4 data size to save, it's better to save using a SQLite database. Try to avoid that. Cordova SQLite. I mean, at least I don't have to deal with files, because my god, file handling is such a huge pain in the butt. Deprecated desktop platforms. Oh, it won't work for Electron. It won't work for Electron, will it? Because that's not the Windows platform. Let's have a quick look at that. Alright, so that should overwrite install my local Windows. Oh my god, that icon looks terrible. The other thing I need to figure out is why the Android settings wiped out my setup for splash screens and icons, all that stuff. And if I can get that back from the backup. All right, so if I clear, test local storage, test it again. Okay, it works as expected. Missing command error. Proxy not. So native storage doesn't work for Windows. I mean, it's not too bad because I haven't had a problem yet with a Windows update wiping out local storage. And it's probably the easiest one to kind of move to proper file saving and such. So, well, probably not the priority right now either. God, why is this so difficult? Jeez. It should not be at all. Under Android, can I back up my settings? I'm just gonna go into my settings app on the phone and see if there's anything under... I don't even know what to look. Probably apps. Then go to the SudokuPad app. Permission storage, 16 megabytes. App size 11. User data, 4.5 megabytes. That sounds like the puzzles, except they are currently in a wiped state. Open by default, no default set. Uninstall for our users, no. Storage. I don't know if there's some sort of native app backup. Advanced. Let me see. Android app data backup. Because I don't know if this is something I'm supposed to put in. Identity data, app data can... Well, that's something I think that's configured elsewhere. All right, let's have a quick look at our Android settings here. I thought they were set in config XML, but apparently not. So let's just bring up one of these. Cordova Android icon splash. I don't know if that first icon that comes up is supposed to be an icon or a splash screen or either or both. Because I have icons set here. And the removal and re-adding of the platform shouldn't have affected this at all. Where are the other ones? Did I just wipe everything else out? Like, for iOS, I had a bunch of settings here. In fact, there's... Oh, because it's on the... I don't even have the... Oh, my. Okay, well, we'll see. So, iOS, Windows, Android. So these are the icons. LDP. So we have low device. Oh, I didn't even add it. LDP. All right, whatever. What about splash screen? Icons and splash screen. Platform name and... I don't know why they're suddenly gone, though. That's kind of the weird thing. So I'm gonna quickly pop into one of my backup files. And I did one not too long ago, so hopefully... 05, 07, that's not great. Ah, here we go. This one. I'm just gonna... It's a 300 megabyte file, but it will expand quite a bit, I think. Alright, I probably should have done an update before doing that. It was a little reckless of me, but I'm kind of getting a little sick and tired of babying these systems so much. Alright, so this is the backup. Let's see. I don't expect config.xml to be significantly different. Interesting, there's no splash screen information in here. But the splash screen was definitely different the last time I installed it, which isn't very long ago. Alright, let's compare it to what's going on. No, not here. Going on here. Alright, so if we go into the Android platform. Okay, all these files are missing from my backup. In fact, these files were elsewhere, I'm pretty sure. Maybe that'll help me actually pinpoint the problem a little bit faster. If I find in the Android folder splash, just the word splash, Android X core splash, splash. Cordova plugin Android splash screen. Android.js splash screen. Splash screen. What the heck is all of this? I don't think I've added a splash screen though. So I don't know if this is... I hope this is not like a new Android version thing. Screen/Android. I mean, it wouldn't be under platforms. It would be under res. Android. App icon. So if we go under res, Android. It's empty. How is this all empty in my backup from a couple of days ago? Why? Okay, I mean, these are the right ones. Ah, wait. This is because... Oh, yeah, because it's still unzipping, that's why. It's gonna take a while. Oh, gosh. All right. So that's not as useful as I was hoping. God damn it. Man, there's so much stuff. I mean, these aren't set. That doesn't explain, though, why it used to work. What's changed? Like, there's definitely in the APK resources, and maybe that's where I should look. There's this default Cordova icon. So maybe if I look under, or under output, not APK. Okay, so that's the APK. Intermediaries. Oh, Jesus Christ. Bug. Dub. I got so much stuff. Outputs. Temp. Assets. Metadata. Cordova Android default splash screen icon. Why is that showing? Yeah, that's the thing. It's showing the default icon. Nope. Is the unzipping finished? I think it's finally finished. All right, maybe now on the platforms Android. Yes, there's actually files here. Okay. Right. And we have these files here as well, including the logo file. All right. So I don't know if where this sort of stuff would be living. That's the problem. Like, these are just my files. These are not the meta files, so to speak. Res, here we go. So if I look at everything under res, if we go here, we'll search for everything with a PNG extension, and then see if any of them are the default icon. Right. Okay, here they are not. Let's do the same thing over here. So where were we? We were under... so we were under Android platform. Not main. Not assets. Under source, main, res. There are definitely fewer folders. Curious about that, actually. Under landscape portrait. And there are no items in here. There's no PNG files. Okay. Why not? The search is broken. Windows, it's file search. It's not that hard. There we go. Nope, they're all here. Never mind. Never mind. I don't know what the difference is now. I don't see in properties. Yeah, but it'll be like, it's gonna be something like Android JSON. I don't think so. Yeah, this doesn't look like it has anything like that in it. It should definitely be something in here, no? And this is the stuff that hasn't changed. Expression keeps default, yada. So, expression keeps showing default Cordova logo SDK 32 Android. Also, after doing some search here, it seems not possible to disable this splashing in Android 12 or above. We really don't need splash screen. Since it can't be disabled, we expect that the default Cordova logo will be replaced with the app icon. So that's probably what happened. But the new app is that build. So because I was gonna say that it's the Android version update, and this is a new requirement that didn't used to exist. Except I just released a build, and I don't remember that splash screen being there. In fact, I can check it on the installed version of my app, right? SudokuPad. Yeah, there's no splash screen. So, let's see. I go back here. And I go into the inspector. This web view. Here we go. So what is it? Navigate or dot splash screen dot show is unsupported on okay. Hide. Is there anything else on here? No. Yeah, there's definitely the default icon splash screen running, so okay. Which is the one we need to actually put in there? Please notice that the value of the source attribute is relative to the project directory. Not you can name the platform name Android splash source. So if I just take this and just stick in the same icon for all of these. Yeah. So annoying that they make you do that. Alright, and then we'll just use one of the big icons that are already included anyways. Right, so probably this one. So if I take this one, so res screen, so res, wait, res Android slash this, and we'll just use it for all of these. Just like that. Not what I wanted to do this today, but if I can get a full working build together that I can at least send somebody with the issue for testing, that would at least be a start in the right direction. Okay, let's see if that'll just, let's just see if this builds. Right. Man, this is frustrating. Okay, so let's just kind of step back for a sec here. So forget the Windows build, Android it builds. This we've done, this we've done. Okay, so we've at least gone through our to-do list today. We've done a bunch of stuff here, which I'm not sure yet is good or bad. We've completely removed Android and re-added it, and if I can get that to work again, that's actually a really good sign, because that means, you know, the project configuration is more robust. I've learned something about this, so I can simplify my debugging thing here. So let's actually change the scripts for that accordingly now. So so if we just do Adobe install, ADB install, we'll probably just want to add the -d here, and then we can skip all the stuff down here. And then here we're just gonna remove the uninstall for now. And it should run the start thing. All right, so we do npm run adb test debug. That should do a streamed install. It should restart the app. It did not. Failed. Without first uninstalling. Why is that a problem? Failed to install. Why is that suddenly a problem? This is exactly what I did by hand earlier when it wasn't a problem. And I don't know why my my album here wasn't playing anymore. It should just keep going. That is curious. Let's just confirm that I'm not barking up the wrong tree here. So we added this. Oh, it's not -d, it's -r. Okay. All right. Don't panic. So adb test debug. So that should run the -r install which shouldn't fail but with this, and then it should start up. And it still had the splash screen. Starting intent, main category, launcher, main activity. Now I don't know. Problem is, I don't know if it's a problem with this configuration. Or a problem because I didn't fully uninstall it first, yada yada yada. Cordova Android Splash not working. I mean, what am I supposed to do? It's showing the wrong splash screen. And below configs don't have corresponding images. So we do need a splash screen. Cordova Android default splash screen. Yeah, so I have this. Not being properly configured. Platform, Android res values, Android res, platforms Android slash res, platforms Android, res Android. I mean, the icons are working. So do we need to install the splash screen? Latest is 11.x latest, because what version am I on? Cordova plugin special. This doesn't hide a splash screen while your web application is launching. Using its method, you can show and hide the splash screens manually. But I don't want a splash screen. I want to get rid of the splash screen. Hide Cordova Android splash screen. I don't want a splash screen. Disable. I don't want a splash screen. Capacitor Android. No, it's not a capacitor project. Splash screen delay. Splash screen. Permanently remove splash screen. Temporarily remove. I don't know what that means. Like, this is not a plugin I've installed, and I've never wanted it. So Cordova Android splash screen delay. Splash screen delay. Fine, splash screen delay. Alright, fine, splash. Nope, okay. So if I do preference, auto hide splash screen true, right? And if I do splash screen delay 0, right? I just don't want a splash screen. Fade splash screen duration, show splash screen spinner. No. No. Instant app startup, come on. Android window splash screen branding image. Warning, this setting is currently unsupported by the Android splash compatibility library. Jesus. So Feature. This core feature gives the ability to configure and control the splash screen while the web application is running. Splash screen. Supported platforms. Android, iOS. For other platforms, check this for support. Okay. Android, Windows, splash screen, image it, icon. How is it an XML file? Or do the course enhance the feature back to Android API 21 and higher. Okay. Android Windows splash screen animated icon. Okay, so that's for... I guess the XML file needs to include additional information. It's funny how it doesn't mention anything about that. Hey, here, link to an XML file. What XML file? What needs to be in it? For what purpose? All right. Splash SRC. So if I do a splash SRC without a density marker, I think the space before the backslash, that's like a XHTML compatibility thing, isn't it? Maybe not. I don't know. It's a weird parser quirk. It bugs me that I have to put this in here just in case they have a buggy parser that doesn't handle this properly. Or just in case I'm completely misunderstanding something for the last 25 years. Which is always a possibility, right? And I'm just realizing I'm leaning over so far that half my face is gone. Just gone. Alright, alright. Well, I think this is going to be one more build, and then we're going to call it a day. In fact, I'm going to play today's gas puzzle while we're here. Nope, that didn't... Wait. Oh, no, I just reinstalled it. I didn't actually rebuild it. They just spotted the splash screen again. The ugly, ugly Cordova splash screen. Please migrate to the preferences tag. Okay. Okay, well, I've seen this. I haven't seen any kind of documentation of exactly what it's supposed to do. Cordova, boom. Preference name, platform Android preference name. Okay. All right. Got the preference name. Okay. And this splash screen image. This preference is used for both animated and non-animated icons. The current acceptable asset file can either be an XML vector, drawable, or PNG. So I should be able to just stuff this in there and call it a day. And then these all are apparently not valid anymore. So let's just do another build. I'm just doing what it's telling me to. Okay. And when I do test debug, it does the installation and then starts it. Okay. And oh, okay. So the icon, the splash screen is still there, but at least it's now showing my icon. But it's cropped into a freaking circle. I don't know why. Cordova Android disable splash. Splash screen remove. First, oh. The new version of Condor, which adds support for popular, now has API special support. The plugin is now deprecated. My question is, do I still need the plugin if targeted? Need the plugin and it's going to live support Android 11 below. It's all handled with the current. Yep. Android app disable splash screen. I mean, if I can't disable it, fine. It's only possible to customize it. Expression is shown from user touch until the first frame of your application is drawn. So minimize the time you can try to reduce the launch of your application. All right. This splash screen is a circular thing. So can I find some specs about this? Well, this is the big one, so maybe if I just use the smaller one. 256. But that's something I can sort out later. So we'll do an install debug. No, we're gonna need a install, test, build. We need build and then test. All right. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. I think my brain is tired. Not just tired. I think it's expired. No, that's the wrong word. I think my brain is empty. It's also the wrong word. Okay. I don't seem to be able to click on stuff. I need a new computer. All right, let's run this on beta because I actually have something to test since I've done a whole bunch of tiny little updates to styling, which could break a whole bunch of styling. And I can't help myself, but it should make certain things better for the future. So I gotta test a few things. Let's get rid of the labels. Why is it refreshing now? That was weird. All right. In the meantime, is the build finished? Yes. Let us run ADB test debug. So that should install it and start it up. And sorry, you guys can't see that. Nope. Okay, that didn't change the icon. So I definitely need to build a better icon for that. Let us actually put that on the list. Make Android splash green icon. So we need an icon that actually fills up that circle properly with. I think I just need some padding around the icon because the icons that I have right now, they get cut off because they're kind of the circle goes in too close, right, and it cuts it off into it a little bit. So I just need a bit of padding around it. So I need to find out where the specs are for it and all that stuff. All right, so this can't be a 7, so 8, 9, and this is a 4, so that's a 1 or 2 underneath. This can't be a 5 or a 6, so we've got a 7, 8, 9 here. All right, 9, 8, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. So 9 can't be above the 7, so this has got to be 9, 8, which makes this an 8 and a 7. Okay. This can't be 5 and 4, so these are from 1, 2, 3. Oop. All right. And the largest 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The largest one is a 9, so that's got to be a 9. Okay. All right, all right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 or 9. 6, 7, 8. Okay. 5, 6, 6. 5, 4. All right. Now we have an 8, 9 here. This is a pretty long one. That can't be a 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8. That's a 4. There's a 9 down here. That's a 2, 3. With a 1 here. Okay. These are from 3, 8, and 9, where the 9 can only be here, and that's a and that's a 3 over here. And these two are from 2 and I already can see that can't be a 2. From 2 and from 5. 6, 7, 8. So that's a 6. All right. 8, 9 goes down, but this can't be a 1. All right, what's this one? 4. Oh, that's a 5. And now we're missing. So 1, 2, 3. And we're missing 7 and 6. Like that. 9, 8, 7, 6. 5, 4. 3, 4. Okay. This 1, 2 taken out. Any other rows or columns that are almost filled? This one maybe. How many options on these? I think. Can't be a 1, 2, 3, or 4. 5, 6, 7. So that's an 8 or 9. And these are 1 or 3. All right. Was somewhat unexpected. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, 6, 7. Like this. Which means 2 and 4 up here. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is the 5. Oop, 5. Okay. And then this is 2, 4, 6, 7. Like that. Alright. Let's see what Twitch is saying. Is Twitch giving me any trouble yet? I don't actually know if Twitch works any different now since I've applied for affiliate. I hope it stays the same. How's my lighting actually? Because I'm just seeing that my face looks really rather bright, and I think I messed up something in my light setup. Yeah, why is it so bright? Is it because of this enhanced lighting? Yeah, I think it is. All right, sorry about that. Okie dokie. What's left? Let's just do our traditional scanning here. Once. Well, let's have a look at this one, right? 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's a 1 or a 2, and then this is a 7 or 9. Okay, I'll see ya. So that can't be a 2. 3, 4, 4, 5. That's a 5. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. No 5 here, so that's the 5. I think I did not pay attention to these 5s. So I had a similar situation up here, I think, as well. So there's a 5 here. 5 here. I guess it's the middling digits that are more constrained somehow. Although this is just constrained. 8. It feels like that's a mirror of the situation that was up here. Yeah, I guess it's symmetrical, right? Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. So that means the 1. Why can't the 1 be here? Okay, so that's the 1. It's a 2. And then I guess we have the same up here. Yeah, so this has got to be the 9. That's the 8. That's the 2. 8. 8. So now we have an 8 here. 6, 7. And now I think it just kind of bounces all around. 6, 9, 7, 8. 6. This would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And we're not done with the 9s yet. Here or here. Alright, fair enough. 3, 4. Makes this a 2 and this an 8. Okay. 1, 1. Got a 1 here. And here. And here. A 2. And here. 3 here. And here. And we did all the 2s suddenly. Alright. 3s. 3s, 3s, 3s. Okay. Let's just put these out there. Okay. It's a 6 here, and that resolves these 9s finally. Okay. This is a naked 4. And these 3 are 3, 7, 8. 3, 7. Oh, no, not 3, 7, 8. 3, 7. 3, 6, 7. That puts a 6 here. And finally, 1, 3, 4 here. Alright. And 3, 5, 7 here. And 3, 5, 7 here. Well, this has got to be a 3. It can't be a 7. I guess that resolves it. Alright, 8 minutes, 30 seconds. I feel like I could have done this a lot faster. In fact, I've missed my big top hat today. Alright, well, Yeah, today was kind of... I feel like at least by simplifying the problem and unbreaking the breakage, I moved a step forward. But I also feel like I'm kind of moving sideways, like I'm not adding things, and that's really frustrating, and that's what's making some of these things super slow for me, because I don't feel like I'm getting something out of the work I'm doing, because I'm just making the thing work, you know? And it's so much easier for me to add things and make the thing better than it is for me to just make it work. So, yeah, that's the reason why it's so slow and why I'm struggling with something that should be relatively simple. Anyway, I guess we've got the splash screen sorted out. Let me just... Yeah, okay, so we've got the splash screen sorted out. We've got Android builds working. We've got Electron builds working. We have a version now that I can send, a debug version that I can send to people to help out. I'll probably put it on the internal test. So let me actually put that here as a to-do item. We don't need to remember these. Put debug APK on internal test track. So I can put it in the internal test track, and then I can have volunteers join in. And hopefully, slowly, that will sort out the issues we are having. At least let us know if this native storage is the solution to my problems. And if it is, I should really put in an update ASAP, on Android at least. Before people accumulate too much data again, because this is gonna wipe them again. God damn it. And maybe what I can do is, this test menu, maybe I can hide it somewhere. I don't know, maybe under... Yeah, maybe under experimental. Yeah, maybe I can put it in here and then can ask people for help. I don't like putting this in live versions like that though, because it can get to people that don't understand what's going on. All right, that's it for today. Another unsatisfying stream, I'm afraid, but I gotta get through this, and doing it on stream really helps me out. It's tough enough doing it on my own, so hopefully this is gonna be finished in a couple of weeks, and then we can move back to doing really exciting and cool things. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. And if you wouldn't mind to subscribe to the Twitch channel for SudokuCon. We're currently organizing a conference for puzzlers, setters, and related parties sometime next year in Boston, SudokuCon 2024, and I hope you guys might join that. So let me just put the link in the doobly-doo. Twitch. Oh my gosh. Can I not type anything? Twitch.tv/SudokuCon. And there's nothing there right now. It's literally just us getting started, and it would help us out to have a couple of subs on the channel. Clover's involved, a couple other people that you might recognize from the community. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that goes through on the chat. I don't know. Might not work on YouTube. Maybe it will. Anyways, thanks. Take care.